Yeah. Yeah. Morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear? Yeah. Can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether my screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, please.
Fine. Yeah. So in the last STI session, right, just I was discussing. So two types of languages, low level and high level. High level languages, Python is a high level language which is human understandable, portable, and machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. And Python has multiple programming features, taken features from different programmings, like it procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, and modular. As part of our course, we are going to discuss all this, right? So Python has got a great boom today because of this modules program modules, right? Modules. So observe here, it 89,300 inbuilt modules Python provides for various domains, for data science, for big data, for networking, for testing, for operating systems, for each and every database, separate module, and for each and every file format, separate module, and for generating graphs. For all this, yes. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications we can develop today by using Python? Web applications, automation applications like using technologies like data science, IoT, DevOps, big data applications, right? Scientific applications, numerical analysis, and for gaming or game development separately, Python providing frameworks like Pygame, PyCora, PySoy, right? Okay, for GUI animations, graphical user interface or animation applications, and for testing or test cases, and for scheduling tasks. For scheduling tasks, you have got Airflow, and for software development, software developers use Python as a support language. So business applications, Python will be the one of the best choice for e-commerce systems. For database application, without database, there is no web application. Network programming, for network programming, we have got a framework, especially Python provides, Twisted Python. For web scraping, we have got URL right, for extracting or for scraping data from different websites. You will get the recordings of these sessions, right? Yes, you will be getting the recordings of the sessions. Oh, I think they should have forwarded yesterday's recording. Anyone have received it to your Google Drive? Check your Google Drive, shared with me option. Audio and video, Esther who has attended the session, right? Yes. Embedded applications, Raspberry Pi. What is it? Raspberry Pi is the one of the application, right? One of the application which uses Python computing. CAD applications, 3D CAD applications, computer vision, and robotics. And for generating graphs, right? Yes. For data analysis and for desktop applications. Okay, now who are using Python today? Which companies are using Python today? Python. Okay. So Google uses Python for its web search systems. Yahoo using Python. YouTube for its video sharing service. Uber pricing algorithm implemented in Python. Instagram built by using Python. Dropbox, Quora, Reddit, all this built by using Python. And BitTorrent for file sharing service. Maya, a powerful 3D animation, right? Uses Python scripting. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. NASA, right? Because of this multi features or hybrid features of Python, so it's mostly preferred. Pinterest, built by using Python. Netflix uses Python for its security automation and for subscription purpose, right? For commercial and military applications, iRobotic and Iron Port email server, nearly 1 million lines of Python code, right, to do its job, right? Hardware testing. Companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these use Python for hardware testing, right? Yes. Now those who are from non-programming or okay and zero programming, right? Today I'll be just showing you how this Python code looks as compared with other programming code. Some sample snippets of Python, right? And reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. What are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Means very less coding you are going to see in Python. Simple syntaxes. Multi-programming features, multi-programming hybrid features. Interactive mode Python provides. Interactive mode means, okay, just in the search panel type CMD, go to the command prompt, type Python here, right? Type Python here, right? Enter, right? Okay, here 3.10.4 is the version. Okay, here can you see this three arrow symbol, right? You can type any valid Python statements and interact with Python, right? Statement by statement. 3 plus 4, it gives the response. 5 into 7, it gives the response, right? In Python, no need to define the data types. Directly x as 10, y as 5. I'm asking what is the x value? What is the y value? What is x plus y value? What is x minus y value? What is x into y value? Okay. 10 plus 20, 10 plus 5, 10 minus 5, 10 into 5, 10 by 5. X equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times, right? Yes. Any valid Python statements you can type here and you can check it, right? It displays what results. You can analyze easily what's it. So Python supports this interactive mode, which you cannot see in other programming languages. Statement by statement, you can interact with Python here. Interactive mode, right? Yes. Wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications. Many applications, right? Where just now I talked about for automation applications, for web applications, for gaming applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, for all this, right? Many built-in libraries or modules, built-in functions, built-in methods we have got, right? Python supports. So reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. Now Python comparison with other programming, right? Python comparison. Python comparison with other programming. So I'll just take a small task and I'll try to implement in multiple languages. You can check it, right? How the coding of Python as compared with other programming. So the task is accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition. Accepting two values from the user keyboard. Task is accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition and performing two values from the user keyboard and performing addition, right? Yes. Okay, first I write this code using Java. Next I write using Python. These are the two major programming languages, right? Python and Java. First using Java language. So you can just go through the following code using Java, right? For performing addition of two numbers, accepting the values from the keyboard, right? Import java.io.start, right? Import statements, class sample, right? Class sample, public static void main, right? String aux, public static void main, string aux throws IO exception, input stream reader, new input stream reader, and buffered reader, right? Buffered reader, new buffered reader of IST, right? System.out.println, system.out.println, enter the first number, enter the first number, right? Yes. So whatever number you are entering by default taken as string. Br dot read line. Every statement ends with semicolon. Every statement ends with semicolon. So string is one. The string I need to convert to integer, right? Perform addition, right? Integer parse using integer dot parse int. Okay. Just I'll copy these three statements for the second line also, right? Second number. So enter the second number, right? String s2 equal to br dot, it is br dot read line. Int j equal to integer dot parse int of s2. Finally saying system.out.println. Finally saying that system.out.println, right? Println saying I plus j. Close it, right? Yes. So this is what the coding in Java, right? This is the coding in Java. Okay, just I'll take I'll just copy it to a separate notepad file. Control C. Yes. Save it. Control S. Right. So I'll just take within the C drive. I will create a new folder for this batch. Right. Python. Yes, I'll save it as sample.java. Just I'll show you the execution both in Java and Python. You can just check this, right? So if I go to this command prompt, yes, type cmd in the command prompt and just to go to this. Okay. cd slash come out of this cd python 7am, right? Java C sample.java, right? Yes. Any okay. So some semicolons are missing here at the end of the statement, right here. Semicolon is missing. Semicolons, right? Yes. Every statement ends with semicolon in the case of Java. In the case of Python, there's no semicolons at all. Where did we save it? One second. Here we need to do it, right? Yes. Control S. I didn't save it. Control S. So there are no errors. Now I can come execute, right? Java sample. Java sample. It will ask enter first number 10, enter second number 20. Sum is what? 30. I don't know like how many of you have understood this Java code, right? So it's a little complex to understand this by Java statements, right? Without a basic knowledge of this Java. Observe here what is class, what is public static void main, input stream reader, buffer reader, println, read line, integer dot parseInt. All these are complex to understand. But the same, see how many lines of code here? 10 to 12 lines of code, right? So the same task I'll try to do in Python with not more than 3 lines. Okay. I'll just open this Python editor, IDLE, integrated development environment for Python. Directly I'll type the code here in Python. Python shell gets open, file, new file. X equal to, using X input function, I'll try to input some value for X. Enter value of X. Enter value of X. Y equal to input, enter value of Y. Enter value of Y, right? Enter value of X, enter value of Y, print X plus Y, right? Print X plus Y. Yes, that's it. This is the code in Python, right? So enter value of X, enter value of Y, print X plus Y. Okay. Here you can easily analyze what happening in each statement, right? Enter value of X using input function, enter value of Y, print X plus Y. But here also in Python, just like Java, whatever you are taking from the keyboard taken as string. So we need to typecast this to integer to perform addition, right? Int of int of okay, test.py run module, right? It's very simple. Enter value of x 10, enter value of y 20. Sum is what? 30, right? Okay, understood, right? So this for the same task, just using Python, very less coding, not even 1/4 coding, right? As compared with other programmings, simple and easy syntaxes, very less coding you are going to observe here, right? Yes. One more example to understand that. I'll take some values, right? I'll take some values in C language or in Java, we say array of elements. Here we say like list of values in different order, 40, 10, 20, 30, 50. Now, print x prints the entire list. Len of x, number of elements within this, right? Here I've taken only 5 elements, but think that you have got some hundreds of elements, right? If you want to find the length, right? Length function. If you want to find the sum of all these elements, right? Sum of all these elements, 40 plus 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 50. Sum of which list? X list, right? 40 plus 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 50. But in other programmings, first we'll initialize the sum value as 0, iterate it, and finally one by one, if you're adding, you need to write code. But here, sum of X list returns the sum. If I want to find the maximum element, right? Print max of X. Okay, just observe this output once. Run module. Len of x is 5, sum of all the elements, right? 150, max of x is 50, min of x is 10. So we no need to write huge codings. We have got many built-in functions, methods, right? If I want to arrange all these elements in a particular order, ascending order, right? Just say print sorted of x. Print sorted of x, right? Yes. Run module. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Sorted. Arranging all the elements in a particular, you will get in ascending, right? Run module. Yes, sir. Some len, some max, min, sorting all the elements in ascending order. If you want in descending, right? If you are want in descending, print sorted of x, sorted of x. Sorted of x means you will get in ascending, right? If you reverse the elements, you will get in descending, right? Sorted results. Sorted of x means ascending. Ascending if you are reversing it. 1 to 2, right? Okay. You got in descending, right? The ascending results, if you reverse it, you will get in descending, right? So by default, the result, the reverse will be false. You need to set to true, right? Okay. So this is what sample examples, right, of this Python statements. One more example, right? One more example. So at this time, I'll let you know, right, how this modules are modular programming, because 89,300 modules for every domain Python is providing. For example, a commonly used module, right? Math module, import math, I will say. After importing math, check it what is present within this math module. Dir of math, directory of math. Okay, check the directory of this math module, run module. These are all the properties of the math module, like tan, square root, sine, product, power, truncate, exponent, GCD. All these are the properties of the math module. If you want to check, say dir of math. So if you observe here in the output, you can see many variables available, like tau is a variable, pi is a variable, e is a variable, like all these are variables. If I want to print this pi value or e value, print, just 1 second, right? If you want to print the pi value or e value, right? Print math.pi, print math.e, run module, right? Yes. Math.pi value is 3.14, math.e value is 2.71, right? For example, in a module, any module, if you take this math module or data science module or big data module or database module, there is some properties right here. For a particular property, for example, a particular property, you don't know how to work in it. You don't know how to use it in your code. So Python is going to help you, right? Python is going to help you with the syntaxes, general formats. So for square root, I don't know how to use square root. Then I will say like help on what? Help on within the math module, there is a functionality called square root. Help on math dot square root. It just helps you with the syntax, right? Yes. So help on built-in function square root in the module math. Square root expecting one value x returns the square root of x. Okay, returns square root. We are supposed to provide one value. It returns the square root of that value. So it is clearly saying how many values I need to provide. It returns the square root of that value, right? So now you got the syntax, right? Now you can say like print within the math module, we have got sqrt, right, of one value 16 I'm providing, right? Provide square root of 16. 4, right? Can you see the last square root of 16 is 4. Yes. Okay. Now, for example, if it doesn't know how to use any other functionality, like power function is there, right? If you want to make use like help, you can say on help on what within the which module, math module, which function, power function, right? Just check this help on this math dot power. So help on built-in function power in the module math. So here power function expecting two values x comma y returns x to the power of y, x to the power of y, right? Yes. Math dot power 10 comma 3. Two values I am supposed to provide it because this power function expecting two values 10 comma 3, that is what 10 to the power of 3,000, right? Help on built-in function power means two values it is expecting x to the power of 5. This is the power symbol in Python. Single star means multiplication, double star means power. X, it's clearly saying x to the power of y or 10 to the power of 3,000, right? Yes. So in this way, the coding is, you can just easily, it looks like normal English statements. It's very easy and simple to analyze this Python statements, right? For example, I'll just show you one graph also, like just how to generate graphs using Python. So later I'll discuss in brief in depth in our concepts. So, but as of now, generating graph, just 3 lines, right? Import a module called matplotlib. What is that module name? Matplotlib. Matplotlib model within that pyplot. Within the matplotlib model, there is a built-in property called pyplot for plotting. If you want to use this very big name, instead of this very big name, I want to use a shortcut name, right? As T you can see, or PLT you can say, right? As plot. Now, just this is the model. PLT dot plot. PLT dot plot. Plot is a function. Plot. For plotting, you require two things, right? X coordinates and Y coordinates. X coordinate I'm taking as 1, 2, 3. Y coordinates I'm taking as 4, 5, 7. That's it. PLT dot plot. PLT dot show. PLT dot show. Just observe this graph, right? Just import the module plot based on X and Y coordinates that you are providing. PLT dot show. Just observe this graph. Save it first. And now execute, right? Run module. Comma is missing there, right? 4 comma 5 comma 7. You got a graph like this, right? Yes. Otherwise 5 7 4 x and y coordinates, right? Run model, you will get a graph like this. Okay. One 5 2 7 3 4 1 5 2 7 3 4, right? So okay, just I'm showing you sample examples, right, in Python how a graph can be generated. See, just observe this coding and the importance of the models. Later in our course, we'll discuss in brief about these different types of graphs: normal graphs, bar graphs, histograms, scatter plots, stack plots, pie graphs, all this, right? Yes. Now, for example, if you take a task, age values are like this: 40 years, 50 years, and 60 years age values. The incomes are like this. Okay, 40, 50, 60, 70 ages are like this. Age values and their incomes or salaries are like this: 40,000, 40 for 40, 50,000. For 50, it is 60,000. For 60, it is 45,000. 55,000. And for 70, it is 70. Age and okay, just observe this salaries, right? PLT dot show. That's it. Just matplotlib.py plot, age values, salary values. Run model. Check it. Okay. For 40 years, 50,000. For 50, it is 60,000. For 60, it is 70,000. Okay. For 70, it is 70,000. So you got a solid graph, right, in blue color. You can see the coordinates based on what values you are giving. 40 is the list, 70 is the max. Between them, the intervals are going to get computed. For y coordinates also, minimum is 50, maximum is 70. Based on that, it gets computed. So you got a solid graph in blue color. Instead of solid graph, I want dotted graph. Just keep comma, right? Hyphen, you say, right? Keep comma and say hyphen. That's it. If you want in dotted line format, you just keep this hyphen. Dotted line format you got, right? Yeah, dotted line format. And if you want to color, by default, you see the color in blue color, right? If you want different color, again, keep comma and say color equal to red color. Okay, 1 second. Color, there is a typo in the color, COLO, right? COLO, right? Color equal to red. Run model. Previously it was in blue, right? Now you will get red color graph in red color, right? Yes. In this way we can specify. We have got many options. Later we discuss about this. Fine. But if you want, if you see the graph, right, if you just observe this graph, there is no what is x coordinate, what is y coordinate, what is x coordinate when until you see the program, you cannot understand, right? But without seeing the program, okay, x coordinates and y coordinates. Yes, I want some names or labels to this x and y coordinates. So I can say like plt dot x label, plt dot x label. What is the x-axis label I want? Age. What is the y-axis label? Income or salary. Okay. And I want some title for the graph. Plt dot title, right? Plt dot, okay. Sample graph. X-axis label age, Y label salary. So title for that sample graph. Just observe this. You will get this. Run. Okay. Can you see this age, salary, title, sample graph, right? Yes. So in this way, you can work with graphs. So I was showing you some sample examples, right? Now, before I go with the Python versions and Python installations, you need to know something about Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation, PSF. Python Software Foundation. It is a non-profit organization. PSF, it is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community, right? Okay. It was launched in the year 2001, almost like 20 years back. It was launched 2001. The main objective is to foster the development of Python. Objective, okay, to foster the development of Python. In the year 2004, okay, it has received, right? PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. Okay, the president for this PSF, Python Software Foundation. So here I'm writing PSF. The president for this PSF, nothing but the personality who developed or who introduced Python, like Guru Van Rossum. Headquarters. Headquarters, Delaware, right? USA. official website, right? Official website from where we are going to download Python and where we can see the documentation for each and every Python release. Official website, python.org, right? Python.org. Yes, these are that. Something about this Python Software Foundation, the president, the headquarters, the official website. Okay. Next is like Python versions. Before we go with the installation of Python versions. Python 1.x version. 1.1, 1.2, right? This version released in the year 1990, right? Yes. Python 2 version in the year 2000, right? Python, the version that we are using currently, Python 3 version, 3.x, right? 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.10. Almost like 14 years back, right? Python 3 version. The version that we are using currently is 3. It was released like 14 years ago. The latest version of Python. Latest version of Python. Latest version is Python 3.10. Stable version of Python. Stable version, right? Stable version of Python means mostly used version. Python 3.7. Python 3.7, right? Yes. Stable version, nothing but I'm writing here bracket. Mostly used version. Mostly used version. Okay. Previous stable version. Previous stable version. Python 2.7 is the mostly used. Okay, so this is something about the versions, right? So the version that we are going to install is 3.10, latest version, right? Yes. Okay. Python installation. So before I install, right? First settings. Let me uninstall it and I'll show you from the scratch how to download Python and how to install Python, right? Python 3.10 version that we are using. Okay, just I'm uninstalling it, right? Yes. Uninstall. So Python provides different softwares for different environments, right? For Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS. For Windows again, for Windows 64 separate software, for Windows 32 separate software. If anyone using Windows 7 or Windows 8, you got 32-bit, right? You need to download 32-bit Python software if it is. Okay. Fine. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit OS or 64-bit OS? Just let this, I'll minimize it, let the installation. So just go to your desktop once. Go to your desktop. Yes. Right click your PC or computer. So what it is saying, system type 64-bit operating system. (64-bit operating system, right? Yes. So it's 64. You need to support to download 64-bit Python software. So some installation was successful. I'm closing it, right? Yes. Now go to user Google, right? Just open Google. Now just what is the official website of Python? www.python.org, right? Yes. So within this, you can see this PSF, right? Python Software Foundation. It's nothing but a Python community. And if you go to this Python, you can see the downloads here and also the documentation for each and every Python release. Okay. Go to this downloads, all releases, downloads, all releases. Whenever you click all releases, just scroll down a little bit, active Python release, looking for a specific release, right? From the last 20 years, what all the versions released, everything you can see, able to observe here, right? Yes. All the Python versions from the last 20 years, right? 2.0.1, June 22, 2001. Okay. 3.10.4, that is the latest version. Click that version 3.10.4. Looking for a specific release, you need to say, right? Once again, if you go to the downloads folder, all releases, looking for a specific release, you need to say. And that's a 3.10.4. If you scroll down, right? If you scroll down, at the last, you can see 32-bit and 64-bit, right? Yes. If it is 64, click this 64, right? Yes. The download starts just 27 MB of size. All the modules, thousands of modules, you are not going to get along with the Python software. Later, we are supposed to download and install, right? Separately by using a component called pip. Later, I'll demonstrate about pip, right? But as of now, the commonly used modules only are available along with the Python software. Okay, fine. So Python download is finished. Go to the downloads folder and click the exe file or click this. You will get this window, right? Don't immediately go for installation. At the bottom, you can see like add Python 3.10 to path. Click it. Add Python 3.10 to path. Okay. Go for customize installation. We see like documentation pip ideally, right? Documentation pip ideally in Python. See, all this going to get installed. Nothing to select, everything will be pre-selected. Just to say next. Here also nothing to select, everything will be pre-selected. But installation location, you see where it is getting installed in C users, Dell, app data, local programs, Python 310 into multiple subdirectories. It is getting installed, right? Tomorrow to locate Python, it will be very difficult, right? So here just install Python within the C drive. That's it. Just install Python within the C drive. That's it. So just say install. Yeah, it takes hardly just 1 minute to install this. Once the installation is complete, let us check whether it is successfully installed or not by going to the command prompt. Yeah, setup was successful, right? Yes. Close this, right? Setup was successful. Now, if you want to check, go to the bottom search panel, right? Say CMD within the search panel. Go to the command prompt and just type Python here. Just type Python here, right? That's it. It displays the Python version 3.10.4 and the interpreter gets open, right? Yes. Here you can work with any valid Python statements. Any valid Python statements. No need to define the data types. Directly we need to say x as 10, y as 5, x value, y value, x plus 5. In this way you can interact, right? So Python is successfully installed. It's working, right? So next is like that. If anybody working in the Linux environment, right, using Python in the Linux side, so by no need of any installation, by default Python comes as the inbuilt. Within the terminal, type Python and say you will get that Python. And if you want the latest version of Python to be installed in your system, already Python installed, right, in your Linux environment, the command, right? Okay. apt-get install, right? Python 3.10 sudo apt-get install Python 3.10. Sudo, right? If everything you need to install from the need to perform everything from the root user, that's why sudo. So this is the command you can type in the Linux environment to get the latest version, right? Fine. This is what Python installation. Next, I'll be discussing like Python execution modes in the next session. Python execution modes, right? We have got interactive mode and batch mode, and we have got various IDEs supported. In real time, we use IDEs, right? Okay. Fine. So as part of our course, I said I'll be discussing many modules, advanced modules, and creating our own modules. So like some models related to data science, some models related to big data, some models related to databases, some related to operating systems, and some models related to graphics and how to create our own modules. Okay, fine. Any queries you have got? So tomorrow also you can attend the session. For tomorrow there is a session, same timing, 7 o'clock, right? To see more on this Python. So everyone can attend using the same link, same time tomorrow. That is Saturday tomorrow. to see more on this Python, right? Any queries you have got, anyone? And one more thing, yes, here you have got a demo at 7 o'clock, right? One intimation, right, from this DurgaSoft. 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, right? We really it's demo is from 7 to 8, but the class timing will be starts from 6 to 7. Observe once again, 6 to 7. The class regular class timings after 4 5 days, after 4 days of time, right? You will be having sessions from 6 to 7. The demos are going at 7 o'clock, but the class will be from 6 to 7.
And when will be the basics of the syntax covered?
What is that? Basics of?
Basics of the main syntax of Python, like from the basics
Yeah. Today I showed you,
to the
right?
program.
So today, yes, today I showed you the installation process, right? Tomorrow,
Yeah.
like execution modes. First Python application, right? Tomorrow I'll show you like the execution modes. First Python application tomorrow, and Python fundamentals I'll be starting from tomorrow, right?
Okay.
Execution modes you will come to know tomorrow, how we are going to execute a code and program. Just we have seen the installation, how to write the code, and how to run the code, and the technicals, Python basics I'll be discussing. Tomorrow I'll be starting. Right? So tomorrow also you can attend the session at 7 o'clock, same timing, using the same link. Fine. So every session is a video recorded. You'll be getting the recorded videos of yesterday and today. You can check your Google Drive. Google Drive, right? Shared with me option. And you'll be getting the clear notes topic wise. And topic wise also you'll be getting assignments. Okay. Any other queries, anyone? Right. So we'll
Are
continue.
there any batches for the class?
Are there any batches? So you'll be having the sessions, right? First 4 5 days, next 3 4 days you'll be having the sessions at 7 o'clock. Later the batch will be from 6 o'clock, 6 to 7, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., right? Okay, fine. So yeah, any other queries, right? Anyone? Fine. So I'll stop here and we'll meet tomorrow at 7 o'clock using the same link. Okay. Thank you all for your time. Thank you.